Okay, guys, if you watch the number line lesson that I sent to you today, you will be able to do this one. It's where we're going to combine equivalent fractions with number lines. Now, I decided to get you guys first to try it yourself, but if you get stuck, you can refer to this video. But we'll take it step by step. Now, as I showed you in the video on number lines, I said on the number lines, normally we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on. But when we're working with fractions, we have teeny tiny bits, parts, pieces, fractions, whatever you want to call it, even before I get to the number 1. That means they are smaller than a number 1. You guys can just imagine a half. A half means my whole is divided into 2 pieces. That means one whole, number 1, is divided into 2 pieces. So if you share a pizza with your brother or sister or somebody, you don't get a whole pizza. You get a part of the pizza, a fraction of the pizza. So that means that part is already smaller than one whole. Now, to know where to fit in all these fractions can be a bit daunting. So that's why I wanted to show you. So what I first did is I counted the fractions. So I hopped from one line to the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I know my line is divided into 12 equal pieces. So my denominator will be 12. And one whole is the same as 12 twelfths. And this will be 1/12. Now you will see in your fractions that you've cut out here, we don't have 1/12. So we start with 2. 2 twelfths, 1, 2. And then we go on with 3 twelfths, 4 twelfths, 5 twelfths, 6 twelfths, oops, almost upside down, 7 twelfths, 8 twelfths, 9 twelfths, and 10 twelfths. So that is the easiest one to do. And then you will see 6 twelfths. Remember what I showed you on that one video, that if my numerator is half of my denominator, 6 is half of 12. So this will be the half, and you will see it's exactly halfway. I can have 2 jumps halfway between 0 and 1. So all these fractions that I'm going to put here must be equivalent to a half. Now, as you saw, you only have 1 with denominator 2, so I decided to put that one at the bottom. Then you will see I only have 1 with denominator 10, and 5 tenths, 5 is the half of 10, so I know that's also equivalent to a half. I put that one there as well because there's no others with 10 as a denominator. So then I checked which of my cards do I have the most of, and I saw it's the 6s, because in that line there are 7 blocks, so I need to figure out where am I going to do what. Now, if my denominator is 6, what do you think will the numerator be if I'm working with a half? Yes, half of 6 is 3, so 3 6s will be in there with all my equivalent fractions of half. Good, so if this is 3 6s, I just need a pencil quickly. If that is 3 6s, that means my line is now divided into 6 pieces. So my hops will be 1, 2, 3. So 1 6 will then be there. And you will see if you look at 2 6s, 2 divided into 12, 6 times. So that's 1 6. So if that is 1, I jumped over 2 blocks. So jump over 2 blocks, so that one will be 2 6s. I will get back to that one just now. 3 6s, 4 6s. And then 5 sixes, another jump, 6 sixes, which is equal to 1 whole. Good. Now I have my thirds and my eighths and my quarters. So because I only have 2 with denominator 8, I decided to put them in there. I just need to know where. So if I take it, I can't change 12s into 6s like I did here, because 6 is the half of 12. That's why I could jump 2 jumps. But what I can do is, how many times can 3 divide into 12? 4 times. How many times can 2 divide into 8? How many times can 3 divide into 12? 4 times. How many times can 2 divide into 8? 4 times. So they are equivalent. So then 6 eighths will be here. Okay. There you go. And then I have my thirds and my quarters. Now quarters, I need to fit in 3 of them. So let's do the quarters first. I have to put in 2 quarters, because that is the same as a half. So I jumped, if that one is 2 quarters, that means I jumped 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. How do I know it's 3 spaces? Because 3 times 4 is 12. So I can divide my 12s into 4 equal pieces. So 1, 2, 3, there's first quarter. 1, 2, 3, next quarter. 1, 2, 3, next quarter. There you go. There I have those. Now you have your thirds left over, and you've got your 4 eighths. Now 4 eighths I can put there because 4 is the half of 8. So it's an equivalent fraction like all these above and underneath it. Now I have my thirds. If I know a quarter of 12 is 3, I know a third of 12 is 4, because 3 times 4 is 12. So that means when I did a quarter, 4 times 3 gave me 12. So I know 1, 2, 3 hops, that will be a quarter. A third, 4 times 3 is 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4 will be a third. That's how I knew I can do that. So if I go along my bounces, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's my third. 1, 2, 3, 4, there's my second third. 1, 2, 3, 4, there's my whole. Okay, and as you guys can see now, 6 is half of 12, 3 is half of 6, 2 is half of 4, 4 is half of 8, 5 is half of 10, 1 is the half of 2. So they are all equivalent. Look at this. A third is the same as 2 sixes, is the same as 4 12s. Now let me show you. 3 times 2 gave me 6. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times 4 gave me 12, so 1 times 4 is 4. That's equivalent. 4 times 2 gave me 8. 1 times 2 is 2. 4 times 3 gave me 12, so 1 times 3 is 3. 6 times 2 gave me 12, so 1 times 2 is 2. What you do at the bottom, you do at the top. 3 times 2 is 6, so 2 times 2 is 4. 6 times 2 is 12, so 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 2 is 8, 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 3 is 12, 3 times 3 is 9. 6 times 2 is 12, 5 times 2 is 10. Can you see it all makes sense? It's not things that I just decided to put in anywhere. And as you did the number lines yesterday with me with the other paper, you would totally understand how this works. Good. I hope you enjoyed that.